We got some things to do. Will be excellent, but we're doing some chicken quesadillas and the casamigos margarita recipe because quesadillas. You need margarita to go with quesadillas. Yep, and knock back a screwdriver. Well, actually, we'll call it a martini because it's late at night. But tequila. We got lime juice here. Oh, what's up, Flyby? How you doing? It has been forever. Been busy, been fishing. I got to do some work on the trailer to get back to fishing or whatever. But holidays, work's been busy. We're not going to talk about work. We'll address that now. But yeah, been doing a lot of experimenting with recipes. Hopefully I'll get some more longer content versus just live streams. Oh man, I feel like I do, but I was probably drunk at the time. But not Die Aviator. That's a different guy. I don't know. You're gonna have to connect the dots for me. Got the lime juice, got the guave, got the orange juice. Well, I don't have any oranges. Ronnie, that's right. Sorry, Ronnie, my bad. Got a little measuring cup, got a shaker, got some sugar, got some salt for the rim. All right, so we should got everything we need for the margarita. So let's get into it. So looking at this, it says optional salted sugar rim or whatever. So let's take care of that first here. Yeah, this will work. So we're gonna get some salt in there. All right, just pink Himalayan salt. Nobody really likes salt. It's for the visuals. All right, so do that. And we'll get some sugar in with it and mix that all together, right? Get all the clumps gone. Yeah. So that's taken care of. Seal your sugar up because that's how you get ants. Nobody wants ants. Well, being gang stalked is better than getting gang banged. What's going on, Glenn the gay guy? Welcome back. What's going on? Well, I don't know if that's Glenn the gay guy or somebody making fun of Glenn the gay guy. I don't know. Sometimes it's tough to tell. Yeah. So let's get a little wedge here. All we're doing is moistening the rim. What? Context is important with words like that. And we're only gonna do a job on half the rim here, all right? So you can take that. That way, if you don't want the sugar and salt, you can go and drink off the other side of it. Okay, the big salt pieces aren't adhering to the rim. It's whatever. It's going to be primarily sugar. Yeah, that's not cool. I want salt on there. Alright. Fuck this. This ain't working. It's not pretty. We can fix this. Alright. Tajin, this will work, you know? So let's put some of that in there. That's pretty salty, yeah? I'll put some sugar in with that. Make sure your rim's nice and moist. Alright. I think that's a much better rim job there. I don't know if you all agree, but you know, hey. We're making progress. Set that off to the side. Alright. Shaker it. Yeah, Glenn, I will defer to your expertise on that one. Big nice cube of ice in there. Another big cube of ice in there, all right? All right, 1.5 ounces of tequila. All right, well, 2-ounce shot glass. We're gonna deviate there. Casamigos recipe. Real deal, welcome back. Yeah, shot of tequila, all right? That's in. Okay, it's calling for 0.75 ounces fresh lime juice. We're just gonna squeeze in a whole lime, all right? We got our wedge for the garnish. Should be about 0.75. Ooh, don't want to overdo it, so ½ ounce of orange juice. That's not a ½ ounce. That's better. Quarter ounce of guave. All right. We're gonna put the lid on. We're gonna shake it up. Oh, we meshed it up. Yeah. Cheers. I mean, it's a margarita. It's all right. I don't know if it's any better than lime juice, triple sec, and tequila, but who am I to judge? It's not terrible. Just way more work and not that much better, to be honest. All right. Now on to the main show, because that's what we want. All right. So in this order of operations, step one is to give your bottom some love, all right? So the way we're going to do it, we're going to need 4 tortillas here. They're little guys, all right? Yeah, I was following. I think it was unnecessary. This recipe didn't call for triple sec, so I think that's why they put orange juice in to replace that. But you're gonna have 4 small tortillas here. We're not gonna try to fold it over. We're gonna do a top and bottom. What's in the margaritas? Okay, with casamigos, I got a couple cups. Tequila, lime juice, orange juice, agave. That's it. Salt of the rim, although it didn't turn out pretty, so I used like Tejon or whatever. Honest opinion, stick with lime juice, triple sec, and tequila. Just as good. No, not pre-made. Come on. What type of savage do you think I am? Although the rim job does give it a kick. Yep. Nope, no contro in this recipe. Although I do occasionally like to substitute Grand Marinade or whatever for the triple sec as well. Well, all right. Anyways, I got 2 tortillas here. These will be your bottoms, all right? You give a nice glob of mayonnaise. Call it half a tablespoon. Not much more than that, but just stick with me, all right? This is where your quesadilla sauce starts. Everything's gonna melt together as you cook it, so don't stress, it'll be good. Yeah, you're gonna take a little bit of garlic powder. Garlic powder. Cumin. Forgot to do some choppy. So let's get some onion diced up here real fine. Make sure you get all the peppery skin off of it. You don't want that, all right? Well, what do you think the mayo when you go to Taco Bell is made out? Or not the mayo, but the secret sauce or whatever, the quesadilla sauce, all right? Of course it's mayo. You're not going overboard here, but you do want to dice this up because you got to remember this onion is going to stay raw. So a little bit of bite is okay, but you don't want big chunks of it. Let's move that over there. Got jalapeno. The tip's no good. Let's get rid of the tip. We're not playing just the tip today. Although tried and true method. I'm not judging you if you like to play just the tip. But this time we had to circumcise our jalapeno, and yeah. Oh yeah, just a little bit. Oh yeah, just get some floaties, all right? So I got all that set up. Yeah. So, back to what we're doing with the tortilla with mayo. I thank you that, Glenn. But now I got some pulled chicken. I made it in the crock pot over the weekend. Meal prep, just chicken thighs, slow cooked in a beer with some chipotle pepper. Kind of them dried out ones that you get from the grocery store in the bag that look terrible and unappetizing. That's what I used this time. So let's go ahead. Get the chicken. Make sure there's nothing hard in there. I don't like hard surprises there. These are going to be girthy quesadillas, and I thought about putting guacamole in it. But if you're going to do that for dipping at the end or whatever. Because I don't want to cook guacamole. That never works out well. Yeah. So fill it up about so, all right? Because you're going to add more stuff to it, you know? Yeah. Now take your floaties, your jalapeno and your red onion, distribute them equally across there. Yeah, you tracking here? You don't want a whole lot of bullshit underneath them, all right? Now, go ahead and take a handful of cheddar, all right? Handful of cheddar, all right? Now you're going to need to put something with a little bit of acid in there. I'm going to use Frank's Red Hot. You could just use a splash of vinegar, lime juice, lemon juice, whatever you want to use. And you don't need a whole lot, but you do need a little bit. Now, let's get that burner cranking. Medium heat, medium low. All right. We're going to go ahead. We're going to use a non-stick just because it's going to be easy. All right, that'll work. Perfect. Let that heat up for a little bit because these electric stoves suck. They take their time, but anyways, how have you been, Glenn? Hold on, I got a pop-up that said try it. Ugh. Oh, fuck is that? Well, guess it's out there now. I get that to go away. Yeah, I mean, that's I think that's why they call it work. Hawaii's been good, been getting out fishing and all that. So put, 20 some plus hours on the boat. So now it's time to take it in for its 20-hour service or whatever. But caught a marlin, a nice 200-pounder, caught some tuna, done a little bit of hiking, done a little bit of surfing. You know, busy but good busy. Come on. Oh shoot! Yeah. Oh man. Oh, forget. Yeah, semen. No, no. Yeah, something like that. Glad I had the mic on for that. Sorry about that. Let's hit a little bit of olive oil in the pan here. It's non-stick, but won't hurt anything. Yep. Let's go ahead and get in there. Try to keep all the cheese in there. And then we'll just throw the lid on for a minute or two to help the cheese melt before we put the lid on. What's up, Happy? How you doing? Quesadillas, margaritas, Velve. Things happen, Maverick. That would be cool if you donated $40 to me. Been busy doing a lot of fishing, doing a lot of surfing, experimenting. Might have gotten laid a few times. I don't know. Well, it's a miniature Datsun, right? Oh shit, unless that William gets me. Thank you, Happy. She's a sweetheart. The other terrorist is probably in another room shitting on the floor or something. Good for you, Kelly. Sounds like Sharon Moore there. Yeah, so we got the cheese melting a little bit here. Let's go ahead. Get a little bit of a press down here. See if we can get it to kind of stick. I know this probably isn't the best way to make a quesadilla, but guess what? It's the way I'm making it on December 16th at 9:30 p.m., all right? And I probably could do a cool flippy thing, but we're going to make sure we get a good pull out. Ooh, all the oil's gone. We like oil, so a little bit of oil in there. Let that go. Let's call it 2 minutes. I think we'll be good. We'll probably turn the heat down a little bit. And that quesadilla is gonna put some olive oil in there. Enjoy her, you know. Well, I think that originally with the Dachshunds to get the long hair, originally back in the day, they bred some Spaniel into them, and I think that's why the long hairs are a little bit more chill than the short hair and wired hairs. So I think there's some merit to that. I was talking about Spaniel. I don't know about Cocker, but some sort of Spaniel. Yeah. Now, while that cooks, we're going to do a margarita in 41 seconds. Lime juice, all right? In. Shot of tequila. In. Splash of triple sec. Triple sec has a lot of sugar. In, all right? You want to give it a hit of agave, just a little squirt. Okay, you're in. Work it around. Make sure you get a good mix in it. And you're done, all right? No fancy recipe there, all right? But your quesadilla here, you know, you can, if you're really concerned about the edges being sealed, I'm sorry, this probably isn't the recipe for you. You should use one tortilla, flip it over, and seal it in, all right? But we got that going here. Somebody was telling me that I didn't use enough oil last time. All right, that's plenty of oil, all right? It ain't stainless, it's non-stick. Yes, I'll enjoy my Teflon, all right? So go ahead, put that on there, let that melt. 2 minutes, sure. That'll be about right. Google, I've been good. How you doing? One is tequila, dumbass. It's margarita. And salsa, you could. I was just gonna... There's a little bit of hot sauce inside. Might use sour cream or whatever. Yep. Yeah, McQueen, I am. You know, I'm hoping that's a Cars reference. Yeah, butter would work too. I mean, either or, it's not gonna matter. Stop saying. Honestly, my 30-second margarita was just as good as the casamigos recipe, all right? Can you boil taint? I don't know how you would even get taint in a pot to boil. I think the said taint in question would probably run away. Cool guy. What type of psycho are you, Dahmer? What's up, JR? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a chemist. Yeah, man, I'll just flip it over. Oh, shit. Obviously, want to make sure give some good press down action. We're going to fix this. God damn it. It's going to be fine. That's why you want to press it down and make sure it's good to go before you flip it, but let's be honest, it doesn't matter. Well, it's just magic. Stick some more cheese in there. Go ahead, press down just like that. Yeah, shut the timer, all right? Press down around the edges. Put a lid on it. Let it seal up. Cook it for 2 minutes. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, well, these things happen, fries bread, just like most of the relationships in your life, you know? Originally in Lansing, Michigan, Access 12. That might take me to a different app, Retro Fam. Alright, well, that cooks. Let's do a dirty guac, since apparently that's what the people want, alright? Yeah. This is still kind of fresh, so that's alright. Yeah, you're gonna need some acid to break this down. Well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and give it a dice. That way you got something to mash up, alright? Don't fuck up your meal to try to make a cool YouTube video, because you still gotta eat this bullshit. Okay, there you go. Some salt in there, alright? Good amount. Cayenne, sure. That will go in nicely. Take a look at that. Give it another minute, won't hurt it. Give it some sort of acid, lime juice, lemon juice, whatever. Same thing at the end of the day, right? Garlic. Cumin. Come on. Whatever you're going to call it. I can't find it, so... Yeah, screw it. It'll be fine without it. Here. Now, here it is. Hit of olive oil in real quick. Now take a fork and you're just gonna mash all that down. Now you could definitely add cilantro, you could add onion, you could add shallot, you could add a lot of stuff. But you're gonna say we're gonna do another minute on that to make sure it's all melted through. Cool, you got that? Got some sad looking cilantro leaves. Real quick, you're going to give those sad little looking creatures. This is like the Keebler elves that didn't make it as North Pole elves. But even that little sad amount of cilantro provides some herbiness and brightness or whatever. Sprinkle that in. Mix it out. Okay, you got avocado. You know, cool. You know, now this is cold. That pisses me off, but that's okay. I'll do a swap out just to warm that up real quick. Let's take this. We're going to cut in fourths. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah. See how that's stacking up nicely there? Yeah, you know, I don't know about vitamin K. That sounds like we're talking about ketamine now all of a sudden. Context is important. That is Beeb. All right. That was a nice little reheat job. Kill your burner. You're done with it. Kill that because that's going to be annoying. Give it a little press around the edges. That should help it stick together. All right. If you want to make sure it sticks together, just put a little bit of cheese in the edges there. So you got a mountain of that. Let's go ahead, add some, you know, guacamole right there off to the side there. And then clean your spoon. Don't want your sour cream turning green. But then get some sour cream in the action, all right? So now we're in business, all right? What's going on, Kevin? How you doing? Oh, thank you, mine. You know. Yeah, I think it's 9:45 or whatever. We don't do daylight savings or whatever. But thank you, Capybara. Mm. What's up, Kevin? Mm. Oh yeah, that's in the spot. That's cool. And definitely salsa would be a good addition if you got it. I only got like the community size or whatever, so I'm not going to open it. I haven't made any of my own. But I will put a little bit of hot sauce down there to dip it in. Yeah, Bear Kitty, you just want to sit on my face. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Did I get it? Each their own. Well, man. There's vinegar, cayenne, and a little bit of sugar or something, you know? Well, shit, Bib. You've been jerking off to the channel for the last 55 minutes, you know, probably with a burrito in your hand, you know? I'm not judging your life choices. Quesadilla. Chicken, cheese, quesadilla. Chicken, cheese. Because I caught it in the cupboard when I was closing the cupboard. It was traumatic, painful. I swore. Some would even say I came home down with a man flu over it. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I'll buff out. I mean, the cabinets, you know, that house I'm living in is over 100 years old or whatever. So everything's old, it's original, everything's built in. So nice, heavy duty cabinets and shit. And a slider is what, you know, was my bad. So, Res Tuber, are you saying it's easier to give birth or get kicked in the balls than catch your finger with a hammer a cabinet door? I'm just curious. No, Kevin, you do want these quesadillas. I'll tell you what. Let's mix all that sour cream, guac, and hot sauce together. Now that's what I really want to dip this in. Yeah, same, Tamara. Mm. Well, Court Kaiser. Is it Court Kaiser or a Court Kisser? You know, is this like, hey, I really supported the Germans in World War One, or you know, some combination of Courtney, Kisser, or your last name? You know. It's a cooking channel. Jesus. Yeah, yeah. What's going on, Taylor? I'm well, I gotta go back to Wichita Falls every once in a while for work here, but streaming from Honolulu area. Well, David, if you watch South Park, we know the answer to that question. Jesus wins the fight because Satan was banging on himself. Come on. Everybody knows that, David. Don't be a dumbass. You know, stay up on your pop references. I'm making quesadillas. There's a bottle of tequila in the background. The title of the video has Margarita in it. What do you think, Tamara? Yeah, it's not bad, you know. Quesadillas and margaritas, yeah. Yeah, war coffee. I know you're one of them people that thinks a cup of coffee is a drink. A cup of coffee ain't a drink, buddy. Do I look Italian to you in Phoenix? Come on. Yeah, well, you know. Well, I mean, do you think a cup of coffee is a drink or not? You know, that's kind of, yeah. Well, thank you, Taylor. I'm sure you do, buddy. I'm sure you do. I'm sorry if I came across hostile war coffee. That wasn't my intent. But, you know, coffee has its place. You know, coffee is definitely a daily driver. You know, good cup of gas station coffee, you know, Folger's, Maxwell House, even Dunkin' Donuts to get you started in the morning. It hits. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on coffee. I would say just coffee is a necessity of life, but that doesn't make coffee a drink, you know? And there's a reason coffee has been issued to soldiers over the course of time. But there's also a reason why they had a fucking rum ration, you know? I mean, I've been on Team Coffee, you know, since the Boston Tea Party. So I'm not shitting on coffee by any stretch of the imagination, you know? You're thinking the Germans that gave them meth. There's a difference. I'm not tracking any military that gave their people cocaine. But yeah, there are a lot of really interesting case studies. Like that Finnish guy that got behind enemy lines or whatever, and they took way too many pills, and then he ended up skiing like 400 miles or whatever. What's up, Funkadella? I'm glad you got a notification. Oh man, it's gotta be the drip coffee, you know. Something like that, I mean. It started with the P or whatever they call it, but it's just basically math, more or less. Yeah, well, it's hard to jerk off in a nice cold shower, to put it bluntly, Google account. I mean, I'm not sure that's for everybody. I'll take my coffee. Yeah, I think Glenn the gay guy has been here long enough. He's grandfathered in with special privileges. Sounds like an X situation, you know? What's up, VIP? How you doing, bud? Penny, quiet. That's what I do, real deal. That's what I do. Allegedly, Google account. Allegedly. Yep. Yeah, well, this special needs guy got a better SAT score than you did, buddy. So suck my balls. And, you know, when you suck my balls, I like a counterclockwise versus a clockwise motion. You know, shit. You probably didn't even get in community college with your SAT score. So, yeah. So we got dinner for tonight out of the way. We're gonna meal prep for tomorrow or whatever. We're gonna try to make a lunch here. Maybe some snacks, quesadillas. Unfortunately, the quesadillas are all gone and you missed out. But it's okay. So I gotta think about what I'm doing tomorrow. My day tomorrow looks fucked. So I need something that's quick, easy. Don't need a reheat or anything that I can just go and snack on it as we go, all right? Could do burritos, but that would involve cooking some beans, and I don't feel like doing that right now. Well, that would definitely work. But I only feel like making 2 burritos, and I don't want to open the 8-count tortilla burrito situation, you know? Well, Marty Jr., let's play that one up. America wasn't obese when we all smoked. Was America healthier when we smoked or when we were fat? You tell me. Europe and Asia didn't stop smoking. They all live longer and they're not fat. I'm going with the tobacco companies. You know what I mean? You don't want to smoke, don't smoke. But, maybe it was the cigarettes that was keeping all these Americans from being superly obese. Well, dear grower, I would say go get an STD test, but you've never been laid in your life, so. Everybody's kitchen looks like this after cooking in the middle of the meal, dumbass. Got some smoked salmon. We got some provolone. We got some asparagus. So, Murray Jr., being that you're a junior, does that imply you know your father, or did he already bounce and your mother named you after him, just hoping he would come back? I got nothing against people that do drugs. I just don't want to pay for your medical conditions. We ain't enemies here, buddy. Alcoholic, C.W. Wild. Well, what are you, a nun? Did I live my life? I start no shit. Well, actually, I live my life by this code. You start no shit, there will be no shit. All right, I'll take this asparagus. Okay, shit part, good part, just like that. Oh yeah, Jesus took care of us all, warning systems from Ohio. But listen, if you're from Ohio, you don't know how to drive, and I think you should move off to Michigan and take driver's ed, because unlike our, Holy Father, you don't got reincarnation privileges. And anybody from Ohio, judging by how they drive, definitely needs that because they can't drive for shit. Okay, Tamara, we believe in Jesus in this channel. We're not going to get into it. But if I want a fucking light source, I'm going to turn on a light bulb. All right. Step one, we're going to get these asparagus cooking. So we need to preheat, get this pan up to temperature. I think we're going to steam them with butter is what we're going to do. And we're going to add some smoked salmon, wrap them up in provolone cheese, stick them with a toothpick, and that'll be a nice little snack. Yeah, you gotta pay extra for that privilege, feline. If you're good at something, don't do it for free. Yeah, well, Marty, cool beans. Your father ever make six figures? Nah, because he was a degenerate alcoholic. Yeah. Yes, yes, it does. Good thing I'm not a janitor. I don't know how to respond to that big M, W2. Trying to ask me out for dinner or what? What's up, Naomi? Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that just because I can't get over the texture of cottage cheese. I know it's supposedly pretty good. What I'm trying to do is lay down some cheese, smoked salmon. Well, what I'm trying to make is ready to go lunch with these three ingredients. I'm debating adding in some avocado into the mix, but it'll be pretty good. Okay, found my toothpicks. You'll see what I'm doing, all right? I'm trying to make lunch for tomorrow, all right? And you're definitely gonna have a lot of flavors going on. You got the smoked salmon, you got the provolone, you got the asparagus. You're gonna have butter, and I'm gonna add lemon and garlic into the mix. I don't think that will clash with anything, but we'll find out tomorrow, all right? One in the chat for the button pop. Oh, shoot. Any more than that, you're gonna have to pay for it. All right. Tablespoon of butter in, yeah. Yeah, let's make sure they're all in the butter there. They're gonna need a little bit of salt. It'll never hurt. Just don't overdo it. Garlic powder, alright? Okay. Lemon juice. Just a touch of water. steam them. I don't know, 2.5 minutes. That should get our asparagus cooked all the way through. Well, Marty Jr., well, depending on what type of clown. Are you an ass clown or circus clown? Maybe a carnival clown? Children's birthday party clown? I don't know, Google. I think he's probably an ass clown by the way he's talking. Somebody feed Phil. I mean, Marty's probably kicking his own rocks. You know, let Marty do Marty things. You know, he's having a good time. Who's he hurting? Well, Marty Jr., I don't think my CPA wants to fuck you either. So I think we're okay on that front. Unless you're my uncle, I don't think we have the same CPA anyways. Or any reason for our tax guy to be engaging with each other. All right. So I got a little bit of color on these. Perfect. Need some place for them to cool, to chill out for half a minute. But they're cooked all the way through, you know, and they'll be cold tomorrow. A little bit limp. It's okay. A little meal prepping for tomorrow, you know. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Take a couple slices of provolone here. The 3 slices of provolone, right? We'll spread some guacamole out. Oh, George. Good to see you, brother. Get some guacamole in there. I'll give it a nice little creaminess. I was thinking about using cream cheese, but with the guac in there, we're going to leave it out, alright? Let's go ahead. Put a couple of asparagus in there, yeah, just like that. And then we're going to throw in some smoked salmon, yeah? The risotto's pretty good, alright? It's not a daily driver because it takes forever and it takes a lot of effort to get right, but it's pretty good. And you could put this in like a sushi roll or a nori or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. You don't need to do that. We'll see. I'm hoping this works out. That's good, though. The cheese roll doesn't work out. We will put it in. Made it too girthy. Hold on, we'll be back. Just wet that seaweed down, that nori. Probably should use like water for it, but whatever. I mean, once you got here, I would say the dirtiest of sushi rolls ever, but there's literally no sushi rice in there. So there is no sushi component. But when you cut it open, you got asparagus in there, smoked salmon, avocado, and some smoked salmon. So we're just going to do a sample. Absolutely delicious. Seaweed didn't give way though, so. There you go, will be excellent. That being said, just cut this in strips. And just something like that. Let's get our cheese out, you know. Yeah, Dusty Powder. Yeah, I had to see your search history. Something tells me you're a sexual deviant. Okay. Get that in there. Let's get the smoked salmon in right away on this one. Let's do 2 asparagus stalks, just like that. Now we can do cream cheese, but I'm going to use this guacamole since I have it. Just kind of spread it out evenly here. Some water on that while they help stick. Yeah, we'll figure this out better for next time, but boom. That's enough for a snack tomorrow, so that's all I was trying to do that. Don't know what you're saying, bud grower. Oh, konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Miller. Toire wa doko desu ka? Whatever. Mm-hmm. Get your vegetables in. Yeah, smoked salmon, super healthy, by the way. But I do want to thank you all for joining tonight. I am going to call it night. I am going to go to bed, get an early start on tomorrow. So aloha, goodbye, konnichiwa, sayonara, whatever we want to say. But yeah, enjoy cooking with y'all, and yeah, see you soon, I guess. Night, George. It was good to see you again, bud. And it's good to be back. Glenn, you too as well. It's been too long.